incredible moment on a Toronto stage earlier this year when a Canadian theatre star performed with the man who inspired him. It happened during the Canadian production of Les Mis. That show wrapped up a short time ago, but a new version opened tonight on Broadway with the same Canadian star, Ramin Karimloo.
One day more, another day, another destiny.
Ramin Karimloo's Jean Valjean at Toronto's Princess of Wales Theatre brought the house down at every performance. Ramin's not your usual musical superstar. He was only a year old when his parents fled the 1979 revolution in Iran, eventually landing in Ontario.
Tonight we smoke them all.
He learned to sing fronting a rock band that did covers of the Tragically Hip. Then he took a chance and moved to London to try and break into musical theatre. His dream job didn't take long. He became the youngest ever Phantom to play on the London stage. And then he was offered the lead role in Les Mis.
Hi, Ramin.
I sat down with him recently in Toronto.
Tell me about how you got the bug back before you were even in high school, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It was a trip when I was in Peterborough at a great school and go see Phantom.
Phantom of the Opera.
That's right, Phantom of the Opera with Colm Wilkinson. At that time, you know, it was just a day off school, so I'll sign up to anything. On the way, very reluctant to sit through it, and then I remember by the end, it's the first time I experienced, you know, a frog in your throat, and you had to fight back tears because I was with my friends who I play road hockey with.
And you're 12 years old.
Yeah, and you're trying to be a tough guy. When I heard Colm sing, Colm Wilkinson, it's like he had tears in his voice. Phenomenal sound.
And did you decide right then that that's what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I thought,
really?
I'd like to do that. So I started getting into piano, started learning how to play piano. And, you know, I was really into the method actors like Danny Day-Lewis, De Niro, Brando, Meryl Streep. And this is the kind of roles I felt at that time, you know, was transforming themselves.
Then you ended up meeting Colm.
Many times. I waited at stage door. I think that changed my life because he was so kind and gracious and
What
so
did
cool.
he tell you?
I just remember saying, I want to do what you do. How do you do it? And he was like, oh, just in rock bands. And I was like, rock bands, okay. So the next day I went and signed into a rock band. He talked to me like a friend then. So to see it happen actually develop into friendship now.
Yeah, so he came back and performed with you. Tell us what that moment was
Now,
like.
you know, people talk about it must be a dream come true. I couldn't even sing the soliloquy after he gave me the candlesticks.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought, he's a legend.
Did you watch the movie? Did you check out how Hugh Jackman did it?
Yeah, and I had a chat with Hugh Jackman because I was privileged enough to perform with their cast at the Oscars last year.
Did he give you some tips?
I kind of wasn't seeking tips, I just wanted to just talk to him. So for me, it validated my process as an actor, coming from someone of his caliber. And especially physically, I was picking his brain because I knew I was going to gain weight for the part. And we have very similar regimes, 5,000 calories a day. And
5,000 calories a day, but you're not a big guy. That's a lot of calories.
you know, I've gained 20 pounds since rehearsal for this part.
Why?
Because I think Valjean, it just shows him as a big, he wasn't a big man. He was, you know, medium height, broad shoulders. So I like an offer anyways. So I just wanted to be stronger.
So is being fit a big part of it?
For sure.
Huh.
Because
Yeah, you worked
it's a
out a lot.
physical part anyways.
You have to lift some, hoist a guy and carry him
Yeah,
around
and I'm
for...
telling you, he's gained weight since rehearsal. Don't tell him that.
You chose a career in music as a performer. What did your parents think? They'd left Iran a few years earlier and life had been a little difficult and here you are going to go on stage. What did they think?
Well, you know, Iranian moms, I think you can't do wrong. And you, oh yes, you're the best singer and all this, you know, you're a great actor. My dad, not so much, because obviously, you know, he was worried about it all. Until he saw I started making a career out of it, he's like, it's all right, you're doing all right, kid. But, you know, I think being a doctor at that time would have satisfied him a bit more.
But he's cool with it now.
Absolutely, and my grades said otherwise, so yeah, go be an actor.
You have a young family. You started young.
Yeah.
In business and in family.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your kids, you've got 2 boys?
2 beautiful boys.
And they're into the music business now too?
Well, they think they are sometimes, you know. And that's the hard part of all this now, because, you know, it's so good to get wrapped up in all this, but, you know, they're at home with my beautiful wife. And
In London?
yeah. And go study. Love you.
You performed with one of your sons recently.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, I love that, because I thought this may never happen again.
So you've been Phantom, the youngest ever. You've been you're the star of Les Mis, and now you're heading to Broadway. What are you gonna? You're only 35. What are you gonna do now? What's next?
Just keep learning. Every time I try and make plans, life dishes me something different. After Toronto, I was planning on moving to LA to try and to fully put my head and efforts towards film acting.
You like the acting more than the singing?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if I can do a play or a film and not worry about my voice, perfect.
That'd be sad though, to lose the voice.
Well, I'll still play the banjo. You know, but to do it every day, like my life sort of revolves around this right now. Even now thinking, okay, I gotta sing tonight. It's so dry in Toronto right now. Stresses me out.
Well, it doesn't show. It's a real pleasure to watch you sing and act. Thank you so
very
much.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Les Mis is the longest-running musical in the world. More than 48,000 professional performances have been seen by more than 60 million people worldwide.